Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So this is going to be a little have lunch with me. We're gonna have some lunch, and then I'm gonna give you my review of the DIY gray stuff. Isn't it beautiful? So appropriately, I'm wearing my Beauty and the Beast ears. And sorry, I did not film making this. I still film everything on my phone, guys. So unless one of you out there wants to drop the big dollars and send me a fancy camera, it's still going to be on my phone. And phone filming is a little tricky to do in the kitchen. I have kind of a galley style kitchen. So I would love to film more cooking videos, but I just find it's always hard to do that and get my light in there and all that kind of jazz. So anyway, I thought we could have lunch really quick, and then I will tell you the recipe and how it came out and my reviews and my thoughts on it. So we'll set that aside, but isn't he adorable? So I have my iced tea, and for lunch we're gonna have some kettle cooked chips and some leftover ham and cheese Hawaiian sliders. So we can go ahead and chat while I eat. Funny thing, grocery day is like around the corner, and usually a couple days before grocery day, I kind of do a fridge, pantry, freezer type thing. Pull out all the ingredients, all the little fragments of things, create some meals for a couple of days so that we're not tempted to eat out right before grocery day just because we're, low on groceries and don't have anything in the house. So I went up to my freezer to get whatever meat and veggies and all that. And there was this one lonely pack of these freezer Hawaiian sandwiches I had made from before I went on maternity leave. I did a lot of freezer meal prep while I was pregnant because I knew meals are hard without babies, without being sick, all that. So I wanted my husband to be able to help prepare meals. So I did crock-pot chilies, soups, stews, I did casseroles, I did just a lot of things that were already cooked that he could help throw into the crock-pot or oven, and it was a lifesaver. We would have eaten out 3 meals a day every day those first few weeks with a newborn at home. It's rough. And I had made a bunch of these. These freeze amazing, y'all. Get yourself a pack of Hawaiian rolls, slice it open, lay your ham, your cheese, whatever it might be, just your meats and your cheeses. Put that whole thing back into the bag the Hawaiian rolls came into, tie it up, wrap that bag in foil, right on the top what your fillings are, ham, cheese, whatever, put it in the freezer. Just trust me on this. Here we are probably a year later, took them out, let them defrost, made up the little topping, which is poppy seeds, onion powder, mustard powder, maybe a little brown sugar. Spoon it over, baked it. They are so, so good. We had them for dinner last night. So I was so excited to find them in their freezer. So that's what's for lunch. Sorry if you're not into watching eating videos online. That's what you're going to get. So if it grosses you out to hear people eat on camera, click out. Check your hate at the gate. I don't have time for it. Anyway. Sorry. It is a little rude to talk with your mouth full. I grant you that. So, this gray stuff cupcake. If you are not familiar with the gray stuff, is referenced in the song Be Our Guest in the movie Beauty and the Beast. And Disney World serves it at the Be Our Guest restaurant inside Magic Kingdom of Walt Disney World. It is this gray, creamy, cookie type. I don't want to use the word frosting because that's not the right consistency. But I believe when it was served to us, I don't know that it was actually served on a cupcake. I think it was literally just served in this really pretty swirl cup with those edible decorated sugar beads on top. And was eaten almost like a custard or a pudding or something. But the consistency is very hard for me to describe. It's not custard, it's not pudding, it's not buttercream. I guess it's kind of close to whipped topping, but it's better than that because I do not like whipped topping and I love the gray stuff. So anyway, I've been wanting to try and make it for a long time, just haven't ever thought about it. So I got online and there was a recipe on this Disney website. It claims it's the recipe that they use. So I take that with a grain of salt because I don't know that they would actually ever really release the real recipe of what they use, but I'm sure it's close. So I think it came out pretty well. When I decided to make it, I decided to put it on cupcakes. I don't know. I didn't want to sit down with a big bowl of it and be like, here, let's eat this. So, anyway. Sorry, guys, I'm hungry. The little girl is down for her second nap. If you're new here, I have a 6.5-month-old. Her name is Briar. She's amazing. She's wonderful. We've actually been successful with sleep training. She's getting to be a really good napper. And her sleep at night is just improving like by leaps and bounds. So, anyway, I probably mentioned that in my last video, but when y'all have a little kid or a baby, sleep is the topic of conversation, because if you don't get enough of it and your kid just fights it or just can't for whatever reason, it is a daily struggle. It's so hard. So anyways, guys, what else is up? I know my last video I did about a week ago with the Disney pins. We talked about our Disney trip details. We talked about... Did we talk about Halloween? We talked about Halloween. Sorry, guys. I got like a hair stuck in my ear. And we did the pins. Was that all we did? Maybe. So, what else is new? How early do you start decorating for Halloween? I know that's such a controversial thing. But if people can get excited about Christmas before Thanksgiving, I can get excited about Halloween after 4th of July. I think it's fair. And I get super excited about Christmas. But I like to enjoy Halloween and Christmas for a good long time before the holiday actually rolls around. Which is why I put all my stuff up fairly early. That way I feel like I've gotten plenty of time to enjoy it. And the time that it takes to get everything out and set it all up. I don't want to decorate the whole house or the areas of the house that I decorate and feel like by the time a couple weeks later, it's time to take it down. I have to put it way in advance, enjoy it for a very long time. And then by the time the holiday is over, I'm actually ready to take it down. I'm ready for the next holiday. So that's my system with decorating early. Also, for our Halloween party, which hopefully will occur this year, I tend to use or book it the first or 2 weekends of October. Early in the month, because... Sorry guys, these chips are really loud. Because I have friends who also throw yearly Halloween parties towards the middle and end of the month, close to actual Halloween, that I want to go to. And it removes that conflict of we have a lot of the same people we would probably invite. So my system / plan is have it really early in the month. That first weekend, maybe second. Not a lot of people are having their parties just yet. So that's when I have mine. And then after mine is over, I'm free to go to those mid to end of the month parties. And by the time that month is over and Halloween is here and come and gone, I am so ready to take everything down and go back to normal or get ready for Christmas. So, FYI, if you're on my list of people that, you know, I invite to the party, there's a little tip as to when it will be. Anytime in that first week to 2 weeks of October. Because I like to go to other people's parties. And they usually tend to have them mid to end of the month. So. Okay guys, sorry. You've stuck with me through my lunch. I appreciate it. And now what you all came for. Let's just look at them for a minute. It's a basic Devil's Food chocolate cupcake with the gray stuff and miniature Oreo cookies for the ears. So, okay, I'm not even going to try to lie to you or fake this. I have already had one. How could you not have one? But here we go. It's going to be so messy, you guys. I'm so sorry. I'm just going to go for it. Oh, man. It's so good. Okay. So, the ingredients for the gray stuff consist of Cool Whip, of course, Oreo cookies, and one ingredient that shocked me. I did not expect it. A box of instant vanilla pudding. When I saw that out there, I was like, what? No cream cheese, no powdered sugar, no frosting base ingredients. Pudding, Cool Whip, Oreos. And then if you decide to do yours on cupcakes, I just use a box mix because I didn't know how involved this recipe was going to be. At the time, it seemed like a lot, but now it's fairly easy. Sorry. Okay. It's deceiving because when you look at it, you're going to think it's a cupcake with frosting. It is not frosting consistency, but it's not whipped topping consistency either. It's if that was square in the middle. And I do not like whipped topping. Like when you go to the store to buy a cake and you can buy buttercream or you can buy whipped. I don't like the whipped at all. I buy the buttercream. This is in between the two. So keep in mind, like I said, it has that pudding mixture. So maybe that gives it that in between. It's not quite frosting, but it's not quite just the whipped. So you basically make your pudding instant, but then you let it chill. And in that time, you pulse up in your food processor or I use my Ninja, like half a package of large Oreo cookies until like super fine. I mean, basically pureed them. Then you take that and mix that in with your vanilla pudding. And when you mix that in, it is super dark. Like it's very black because of the color from the cookies. And that's when you start to realize how the coloring is going to come together. So once that's done, then you take your container of Cool Whip and make sure your Cool Whip is defrosted. I bought mine, brought it home, thought I had left it out long enough. It was still a little hard and frozen in the middle because you get it in the freezer section. But that's okay, I rolled with it. Anyway, you dump the Cool Whip in and you fold and fold and fold. And then it starts to turn gray and it starts to look just like the stuff from the movie. Pretty close to what we had at Disney World. I will say the one at Disney World tasted just is so good. Not this is not good, but I just have a hard time believing this is the exact recipe that is used at Be Our Guest restaurant in Disney World. So, but I will say, if you're looking for that cookies and cream, very light type flavor, it is a very light consistency. It doesn't feel overly heavy or just too much sugar in your face. Don't get me wrong, it's sweet, but it's different than when you finish a regular cupcake and you're like, oh my gosh, my heart is pounding out of my chest. It was so sweet. This is a little bit on the lighter side of sweetness, in my personal opinion. So, you know, guys, I normally eat my cupcakes a different way. I think I'm gonna do that. I usually pull the bottom off and make a top like that. Make a sandwich. I don't know that I would actually sit and eat this just by the spoon. But on the cupcake, it's really good. So if you more or less are in a position where you're like me and you're missing Disney and you're so ready to go back, but your next trip isn't for a year and a half, and you need a little something, this will be a fun thing to do. The ingredients are basic, inexpensive, and time-wise, the longest thing you might wait for is for the mixture to chill and sort of set. Or if in my case, you're actually making cupcakes for it to go on, the cupcakes need to be completely cooled. I even cooled them and then put them in the refrigerator. Like I let them come to room temp after baking and then put them in the fridge just to help. And I think that helps a lot. And after I put the frosting on top, excuse me, the gray stuff, I put those all on a plate and put it in the refrigerator. So they've stayed kind of set. I think if they were to just set out, the gray stuff might get a little, I don't know. I'm not sure. It wouldn't really like melt, but the consistency would be different. So all in all, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10, mainly just because I think mentally I was prepared for it to taste exactly like what we had at Be Our Guest restaurant, and that expectation, not really a good one. But as far as something that you just DIY at home, especially if you're going to do it for your kiddos or for a fun theme party, or you're going to watch the movie and then have the gray stuff, yes, totally fun and totally worth buying a pack of the miniature Oreos to stick in the top to make Mickey's ears. So all in all, it was a fun thing. Like I said, sorry I didn't video actually making it. I will try to keep figuring out a way how to film when I make these little snacks and such, because I love doing it. But as of right now, you know, we just roll with what we can. So anyways, guys, 16 minutes. Wow, I'm impressed if you've hung with me this long. You literally have had lunch with me, listened to me talk, and then we ate a cupcake. So anyways, guys, hope you try the recipe. Hope you like it. If you have done this only with a different recipe, like if you have done something that differs from what I just talked about, please let me know in the comments. I would love to try maybe a different one that has alternate ingredients that you feel tasted closer to what is served at Be Our Guest restaurant in the park. So let me know, guys. Thanks so much for watching and have a magical day. Bye.